we go. Live. Let's see if we've got some light here, shall we? Yes. Have a look. When we look in here. Oh, there's a bit of light. Change of perspective. As you can hear, the wind is picking up. Good morning, Jason. Oh, right. A bit of light. And a ddraig. I'm back in the greenhouse, everybody. Merry Christmas. It certainly feels that time of year. Yeah, okay. With the only taker, Jason. Can always count on you to be there before anybody else. Top man. Yeah, okay. Should my and yeah, I should have a script of some kind, I think, and I'm still trying to work things out on this, as you do. Look at that, my gran is following me. Should my gran, that's awesome. And Ian. Should my Ian. Right, so I've got two takers, as far as I'm aware. Maybe you're all tuned in. Maybe there's millions of you out there watching. I know I've got one friend in here I'm going to show you in a minute. Yeah, so we're live. Happy days. Right then, first of all, before we get going, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to you backers. And mainly, without you, I've got nothing. I've got nothing going on here. So without the people who have already supported the project so far, there is nothing. This wouldn't be happening. Anything. So yeah, big massive thank you. You know who you are. There's been quite a few of you already who've already backed the project. One or two of you are watching right now. So you were my first takers as usual. Yeah. So thank you massively for your support so far. Where we've got 20 days left on the campaign. So, know what that means? We need to pick the game up. We've got just under 3 weeks to sort of raise the money to make the book. So if you want in, if you want the book, let's start buying the book in order to get it made. I'm relying on you. I'm relying on you all out there. So spread the word far and wide. Let them know that I'm making this thing and I want you to buy it. Buy it. Need it. You all need it. Christmas is coming. As I said, Christmas is coming. You all need to buy books for family members and all the malarkey. I've just... should my Melanie. Long time no see. Good to see you all joining up here. Yeah, it's a bit breezy out here, Ian, as, well, I can't really show you what it's like, but I'm not going out there. No. Yeah, okay, I've thanked you all for sort of backing the project, and I'm thanking you all who are about to back the project. Maybe someone could start backing it now. Maybe you could all start chipping in, start spreading the word, start sharing everything. And on that subject, thank you for sharing yesterday. Should my. Yeah, there was a massive surge of sharing last night, and I think that's down to Jason through posting. Yeah, he certainly put it out on my gran also. Many of you shared the Kickstarter. As I said, we've got 20 days left to sort of raise money on this campaign. So it's, to put it politely, as they say in Tumblr, shit or bust. Yeah, so start backing. Mumbling and mumbling as I do. Yeah, so big thank you to those who shared the posts. Big thank you to those who have backed the project so far. I'm really grateful. I did like what Jason had put out there yesterday, which was an interesting caption using from my video. As I asked you on Sunday, maybe you use captions. It was quoting the video itself. Shemai Jody and Gemma, have you made tea, Gem? Don't answer that. I don't want to know. Yeah, where was I? You've lost me again. Get your dad's dog involved. People will buy anything. Very cute. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sure you are right, Amy. Jem has replied, which frightens me. No, it's no tea for tonight. We're going without tea. We're not getting into that argument. Not on you, we're not. Anyway, she's going to give me a bee sting for that. Yeah, it's not my dog, it's not my day. That was the caption of both Adam and Jason's shared post yesterday, which I appreciated. That was at least I knew they'd gone and watched the video, and the video should be watched. It's on the Kickstarter page. That is the sort of essence of what I'm selling you. Yeah. Like I said, thank you for joining me. If any of you are following this campaign at the moment, you would have noticed that there's an interview in Buzz magazine. There's an interview on Photograd. So if you want to know more about the Prince project, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what's inspired it, maybe what's the funniest quote in the book, all that kind of stuff. I think the Buzz magazine is particularly good this month. Not for the fact that it's free, it's an awesome magazine anyway. That's not a selling point, is it? I just do this stuff. Anyway, Buzz, get it, David Hearn's in it. Any of you photographers out there will love the fact that David Hearn, Magnum documentary photographer, is on the front cover with an interview inside based on his swap exhibition. You'll find an interview with a photo gallery and also with myself talking about Prince. So check that out. Grab a copy of Buzz when you get a chance. As I said, it's photo packed this week or this month. Yeah. I'm also, if you've not tuned into it yet, on Photograd. Hang on, just a second. This feed's not working properly as it should, so I'm not sure who's joining me at this time. Should I? How's it going, Ryan and Lewis? Thank you for joining me. Yeah, if you haven't checked out my Instagram residency this week, it's still on until Friday. Today I was showing some of my older work. I've been showing some of the print stuff up to date. I think from tomorrow on, I'm going to start showing some of the stuff in between, the photographs you don't really see. Maybe many of them you won't have seen, or you're going to see in the book possibly. You know, I'm trying to change it up a bit so it's not so repetitive. But yeah, if you check it out tomorrow, I'll be showing some pictures that happen in between, almost the selfies, that kind of stuff, and see what you think. Yeah, that's going on until Friday. Please join in, start liking, start sharing, start posting, retweeting. Really appreciate it. The more noise we make, the more chance people will tune in and buy the book. Like I said, this all relies on you, and so far the backers, I'm really appreciative of that, and all your support and sharing will get it out there. Okay. Another thing that's out there that you may not have known or might have missed, I did a podcast this week. It was my first podcast. It was an American podcast. It is called Creative Bar. You'll find The Creative Bar. You'll find this on iTunes, on the podcasts. So yeah, check that out as well. I talk a little more about Prince, how my father thinks of the project, or what he thinks of the project, and how he reacts to things possibly. I don't know, we talk... It's a bit more sort of photography speak, I think. I mumble a lot. As I mumble, you speak as you find. You know, yeah, Huw Alden Davies. Thanks for tuning in, pal. I have featured you in one of my blogs recently, David, as you're one of my father's accomplices in crime. Or at least phenomena where people lose their socks while they're out on the raz, so to speak. Check out the blogs as well if you haven't sort of followed this project in any way. it's worth you going there because there's a little more telltale on what we have, what it has to offer, and what the book will be about itself. Yeah, great stuff. So, Martin Harris, should my friend. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, you're yeah, let's have a little switch around you so you can see where I'm sitting. Look at this little beauty there. Yeah? The bulb. You do have to love that. That's a photograph in itself there, I'm sure. 3 bulbs. Hello, buddy. Hushed, I think we have a visitor. Let's see. Let's see who it is. Hello, mister. I can't quite work this. Hang on, stay. How's it going, buddy? This is Buddy, my Prince Street mascot. Are you staying with us? Shall I close the door? Or are you going out? No answer. Now then, Amy, we've got Buddy back. He's the mascot of the project. So, Buddy, would you like to tell us why people should buy this book? Any comments? No, not really. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, here's Ed the Duck. When's the last time you saw Ed the Duck? Or even one of those? Eh? That's what you call Prince mascots. Buddy, Ed, and I can't even remember what you call them. Can anybody remind me what these are? Gems? I can't remember what they're called. How's it going, Michael? Thanks for joining. Dorian. Anyway, back to the yap here. Buddy, I'm closing that door. The wind's picking up and I'm not sitting in here freezing my butt off. Put the heater on then, Buddy. Let's see if we can get a shot of Buddy if those. No. Hey, Buddy. Say hello. What is he on about, say? Anyway, talk about tangents.
Listen, if you think you're having this every day, you can piss off.
Tea service, brilliant. There you go. That's the kind of service you get in 25 my square, huh? So, not only that, look at this. This is what you call service, huh? You won't get this in the Hilton. You even get a lid. What's up with you? What's up? What? Oh, you want to go now? What do you mean? Where was the problem then? Well, you tell me why people should buy Scaffold to the moon and I'll open the door. How's that? Buddy? No. Buddy? No. Do you want to go or what? I think that's a yes. Okay. Alright, I'll open the door. How's that? Yeah. That's the end of that. Right, back to my cup of tea. Coffee. Right there, look at that. Brilliant. I don't even know if that's meant to be for that or not. Not bad, is it? Anyway, who wants to watch me having a cup of tea? Typical. Jodie Watts, should my Jodie. Back we go. And we're back in the room. Brilliant. So, what's the first point? I've said thank you, and I'll continue to say thank you to all the backers and supporters of this project and everybody that's shared. Diolch yn fawr. The next thing on my mind is the t-shirt. Yes, I don't have it with me. I'm rushing around like a headless chicken. I have the t-shirts and I still don't have them in my possession. However, if you want the t-shirt that I was giving away, you know, the get your own chair t-shirt, you can get one of two, and I told you that if you shared this with your own comments, that I will be giving away two t-shirts and a signed copy of Prince, signed by the man himself. By Prince himself, that idiot you just saw coming through the door there. He's probably watching me now as I'm calling him an idiot. I'll have some kind of comment, I'm sure. Yeah, all you have to do, basically, it may sound tricky, I don't know. I'm a bit of a technophobe, as many of you out there are, I'm sure. Although saying that, you're tuned into this, so you can't be that much of a technophobe. So, all you have to do is go to my Kickstarter page, you go watch the video, have a little thinky about what you think about the whole project and what you like about it, and then all you have to do is click the share button. Now on a mobile phone it's a little different to the normal sort of desktop. Now by desktop I mean your computers, your laptops. If you're using one of those, it's quite easy to share. You just go to the back it button and underneath there's a Facebook or Twitter symbol, and if you press that you'll be able to share it. Now when the screen comes up, that you'll get a new box, and all you have to do is put a comment in there, okay? I'll come to that in a minute. Just put a comment in there and tag me. Put my name in there, my sort of Huw Alden Davies for documentary photography. If you tag me in that, then share your comment with that page, I'll then see it. I'll be able to read your comment, and the best ones that I see will win a t-shirt and a signed Prince book. How's that sound? If you're interested, take part. I'd love you to do it. The more people that get involved in this, maybe do it 1,000,000 times. Maybe get your friends to do it as well, your family, and sort of, and on and on. The more you share, the more this gets out there, and that's what we want to do. So work with me, help me sort of share this if you don't mind. I would really, really appreciate it. What camera do you use to take pictures of Prince? I use this one sometimes, and then I use a Canon 5D. I used a 1DS for many years, sorry. Yeah, I used a Canon 1DS for many years, and I wouldn't switch from it for a long time. You kind of have this thing that the magic is in the camera somehow. If you've learnt how to use it, and you don't want to part with that. So yeah, so do you believe in magic cameras? Maybe that's what made these pictures, because I'm not sure what to say about that. Yeah, I just had this cup, by the way, anybody that's joined in. Amelia, you've just joined. I just had this cup with a lid on it, and Prince just delivered it himself, and he said very warm, kind words when it was being delivered. Yeah, so yeah, I used to use a 1DS, Canon 1DS for years, and now I've switched over to the 5D Mark III, which there's nothing in it. They're all the same these days. To a limit, okay? I don't want to go further than that. Cameras are cameras, and we should treat them that way, unless Canon are willing to give me a lot of money for saying that maybe Canon want to back this project. And I'll tell you what, Canon, you back this project, and then I'll give a little more secrets on what I do. I'll tell you what, I'll even show them how I photograph. How's that sound? You give me loads of money, back the project, Canon, and I will tell everybody how I do it. How's that sound? Anybody out there know any sort of representatives from Canon? Maybe that's a good idea, huh? We'll do that. Should my Peter, thank you for joining in. Moira, hello. Yeah, so back to the t-shirt. I just want to share, you know, like I said, a lot of people have shared this, my video on my page and all this kind of stuff. So it's getting out there, and I'm really, really happy you're doing that to help me. But there was one thing that grabbed my attention this week, and I think I'm going to read it out before, you know, this might be the winner itself, I think. So far, this is the bit I love. Okay, I'm going to read this out for you. There's been a lot of supportive comments, so don't feel excluded, and you know, what counts is that you're sharing this stuff to help me. But this is one of my favourites. People of Facebook, I need this book in my life, and what Huw is doing here is something special. I've backed this project, and so should you. Not only is Huw a bonkers Welshman from Tumble, we all know what they're like, but he's a fantastic teacher. If you want to learn more, follow him on his adventures on this project. Share away, guys. No, you can't get more supportive than that, can you? That's a nice comment. But I like the fact that he calls me a bonkers Welshman. I don't know. You decide. I've no idea. Anyway, so there goes. God, what must people think? I have no idea what people think. Don't answer that. I don't want to know. Right. Another thing I probably raise attention to here. Should I not? I don't know. What about a meet and greet with Prince himself too, or Buddy? I don't mind. That's not a bad idea. Maybe you should do that as a Kickstarter sort of reward. Maybe people can sort of pay to have a meet and greet with Prince. Maybe a photo shoot with Prince. Hey, how's that sound? I'll tell you what, if I get enough sort of people asking for that, I might do that. That's not a bad idea. Maybe a meet, greet and shoot with Prince. How's that sound? Maybe we'll do a reward. How much would you pay for that though? How much would people pay for that? I have no idea. This is so commercial. It's ridiculous. I don't do these kind of things. This is totally new to me. I'm having a go at whatever does the trick. I want this to be sort of special and different for everybody. So yeah, let's have a go. Let's have a go. I can't be too serious about this. My father's not too serious about anything. That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. Exploitation, I just find it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do I want to go down that route? I don't know. Would I be considered a plonker? I have no idea. I know I'm considered bonkers. I'm going to have a sip of this tea now in a moment. And for anybody that's joined me, for some of you have saucers, I'm sure, in posh houses. Yes, darling, we know when we have a cup of tea. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, saucers. I didn't have a saucer, I had a lid. That's what you have in Prince Street, okay? You have lids on your cup of coffee, as you do. Oh, hang on, sorry. Fingers and thumbs. Yeah, so where was I? Questions. Do you have any questions? I do have one question that I want to answer, and this is for Suzanne, one of our students at Carmarthen School of Art. I have one question that I'd like to answer for her, which is where did the title Scaffold into the Moon come from? Well, like I try saying, you don't know where these projects go. I never had any idea where this project was going to take me. It's grown massively out of control. Look, I'm even doing live streams. What's all that about? How did I end up doing this? Can anybody explain? I've got a feeling someone's to blame for this, and you've got a lot to answer for. Actually, many people have got a lot to answer for with this project. I am so sort of jump on the wagon, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, without further ado, I'm going to answer that question with a quote, okay? Where did this title come from? It's a coaster, isn't it, Tracy? It doesn't look like a coaster. I don't know. It has a dip in it, just to answer your question. Let's have a look. Yes, it works. Let me just show you. It's a multi-purpose coaster, okay? It doesn't have to be on the bottom. Let's give that a little wipe, a blow, and there you go. It's a coaster / lid. How's that? Only in Prince Street. Anyway. Yeah, so we take the lid back off that. And now I'm going to attempt to answer Suzanne's question with a quote. This is from my mother. It's the introduction to Scaffold to the Moon. It'll give you an insight as to where it's going and what kind of tone or mood it should have. So the quote begins, let me just see here. We all just laid there. There were a few of us. I can see it now clear as day. Just kids, lying in the middle of the road with our heads on the tarmac, looking up at the moon. We were on our way home from the Prince of Wales in the early hours when everyone decided, oh, bugger it, and stopped where we were and just watched the sky. The roads were quiet back then, especially on a weekend. You were lucky to see one car. I remember lying there next to your father. The sky was so clear you could see every star. We stayed there for ages that night, imagining the many ways that we could get from the top of the hill of Poltherreid all the way up to the moon. We made up all sorts. I don't remember what, mind, but I never forget what your father said, and for some reason it has always stayed with me. We should build scaffolding, he said, as if this was the only way, like he believed it, you know? Well, we laughed so much about that. To think that was almost 50 years ago. Time goes so fast. Now, I think that sets the sort of sentiment, this hope, this optimism, this sort of youthful, I don't know, anything is possible. You can believe in anything. You know, and it's the idea that we can live in hope of anything. And I don't know, there's something really nice about that. Being kids, being back there, and I'm sure we can all sort of remember a moment in our life where that innocence still exists. And how our lives change as we go on and how fast it goes. Man, yeah, you know, 5 minutes goes fast. What am I on about? 5 minutes goes fast. Because 5 minutes goes fast. A lifetime goes fast. That's what I'm trying to say. It goes in a blink of an eye. I remember people telling me when I was a kid, make the most of this, make the most of that. It goes so fast, and you'd think, whatever, what are you on about? But it's so true. And I think talking to my mother this particular day, hearing that story, sort of influenced where this book should go. And I think with my father and his bonkers ideas, they're still with him. I'm sure him and some of his friends, you know who you are and you know what you're capable of, would attempt building scaffold into the moon. And I think you, Peter Ben, you're to blame for somewhat of this story, or at least a version of it. Would love to see a picture of John and Pearl back in the day. Ah, no, that's an interesting one. Maybe I'll put some up online. I'm not sure how many pictures exist of John and Pearl back in the day. Maybe a wedding one. There's one in particular that I'm looking at from time to time, and it's my father in front of a tank. I grew up with this picture, and I don't know why, but it stays with me. Maybe it's sort of about the sort of the destruction and disaster that he is. I don't know. Or is he? Is that that's me being sort of should my Simon, cup of coffee, pal? We've got a cup of coffee here and a special multi-purpose coaster and lid. You all need one of these in your life, by the way. I mean, I can't tell you who makes them, but if Canon made them, I might actually endorse them. Who knows, maybe Canon can back this project. And by Canon, I mean the manufacturer who make cameras, by the way. Yeah, on that note, any questions? Give me a question, somebody, and keep it clean. Only Kuru for me, pal, please. Yeah, okay, well, we can get you a coaster, a Kuru coaster, that has a lid. How's that? A lid coaster. A Loaster. A Clid. I don't know. That doesn't sound right in any respect. I don't know. Where am I going with that? Anyway, stop talking about Kuru, Simon. It's not even the weekend yet. It's only Wednesday. Just coffee on a Wednesday, unfortunately. At least down here. Anyway, I don't get any offer of any sort of Kuru. Maybe I could ask a glass of wine. Is that possible? Do we drink wine in my square? I'm a tumbling. You know what a tumbling is? Does anybody know what a tumbling is? I should remind you that the man who just asked me for Kuru is a thoroughbred tumbling. That means he comes from Tumble. Now if you check out my latest Instagram offer on Photograd, that'll sort of clarify somewhat of Tumble. let's have a look. What did you just say there now, Jason? A question I get asked all the time with my gran. Does your dad understand how big this subject is? I don't know, and I don't think he cares. I'm not I don't know. Does he? I'm going to ask him that myself, and I think that's going to be one of our Kickstarter a relationship changed and photograph him so much. I think these are very good questions, and I'm going to make note of these later, and I'm going to put them down in my notebook, and we're going to do a Kickstarter interview with my father. This will be a very different platform, by the way. It won't be on here where you're seeing it now. It'll be exclusive to backers. So if you want to see an interview with Prince and myself, and maybe ask him some of these, they are very important questions. I mean, I turn my camera on my father all the time. I always have done. It's not anything new. So he's kind of used to me photographing him. So to him, I'm not sure he cares that much. But maybe you can hear it from the horse's mouth. I haven't asked him directly. I've asked him if he's willing, and he's quite happy with that. It's not a problem. I'm not sure if I answer Jason's question from my perspective. I don't think I realised how big this was myself until it was out there. So if I didn't get it, I don't think he got it. Does that make sense? I think, has your relationship with your dad changed, to be fair? Yes. Yeah, we spend more time together. This is probably more of an excuse to spend more time together, and not just with my father, my mother. I think I've learnt a lot. I've definitely learnt a lot. Now, that's a very big question, I suppose, but I wonder how much that has changed the relationship between me and him on his part. I couldn't answer that either. So that's something we could definitely have a sit down. How many of you'd be interested in sort of backing the project? Get out there and back it now, okay? Buy yourself a book. You don't have to buy a book. You can buy one of the older books. You can sort of, you can just donate a couple of quid. Once your name's on the system, you'll be given information where this Kickstarter Live is. You'll be invited to it, and you can have this conversation with yourself. And you can ask him questions yourself. So let's do that. If you're all interested, some of you are already signed up, and I hope you can join us there for that. As I said, I'd like to have my t-shirt tonight, but I don't. Any more questions? Let's have a look. Yes, Amy, a tumble person is a Tumblian. We are fellow Tumblians. Proud of it. As you are, as you do, you know. So, yes, give me another question. Amelia, you're hitting all the right questions. Maybe ask me something about the greenhouse or something, I don't know. How was that for a jib? Anyway, see, I can't behave myself. You should never give me a camera. I act a twit. Let's have a look. Have I missed a question? Yeah, I can't see. Okay. Right, ideas. Give me your ideas. Oh, hang on. What am I doing to this screen? Right, I have nothing. Nobody's commenting. Go on, give it a shot. Right, what have we got? The greenhouse is cool. Do you have favourite place to photograph at your parents' place? Okay, to photograph, no, not so much. But I do like filming from in this spot. Why? It's got a good little bulb in it. I'll show you that, shall I? Let's switch the camera. How's that? Look at that. Isn't it about? There are many interesting aspects. Do you know where I've enjoyed filming from the most? Inside the dark little think shed. Now for those of you who followed it, I think shed is my favourite place because I think ideas come to me. I become extra brainy. Is that possible? What do you think of this badge? I love this badge. Now then, there's a badge to have if ever you had one. Hello Helen. Why are you hiding the home brewing kit? I would enjoy showing you where that is right now, Simon. However, I'm frightened that if I do that, my father might get some visits. And particularly you. And I'm not going to do that because as I'm already drawing attention to the project here as it is, and to my pet. I've been told to butt out of it. I've been delivered my cup of coffee, and I've been told to sling my hook. I asked my mother just now if she'd want to be on here, and she told me no, it's alright, you carry on as you are. So that there was my invitation turned down. Where did you get it? I need that badge. Now then, that badge, I've no idea. A boot sale, I believe. I think it was a boot sale. My father will look for things. What was interesting, and I said this to someone today, do you know that lamp I just showed you? Shall we go back to it? That lamp, let's move this beautiful canister. Oh, there's another one anyway, didn't see that. Look at that. Now, I figure that somebody right now has this lamp in their house. And all I can say is, what a beautiful piece. But it has never better sat anywhere than in this greenhouse. Would you not agree? My father collects stuff from everywhere, boot sales, auctions. He drives my mother absolutely insane. I prefer Ed, to be honest. I'd like Ed. If I had a greenhouse, I'd have Ed, the duck, with one of those lamps sticking out of his head. I'm surprised Prince hasn't tried this, you know. It's an open invitation. Maybe I'll come down tomorrow and he'll have a lamp sticking out of Ed. Yeah, my father will sort of pick things up well, at least at one time, I don't know if he still does, but he used to collect things from everywhere. Skips, bins, you name it, anywhere. Then sell them in auction. And he'd make an absolute fortune of this, so pay heed. Every man's rubbish is another man's treasure. So, next time you're throwing things out, think two things. One, should I be keeping this and selling it? And two, I better put this somewhere safe because Prince is going to be around and he's going to sell it in the auction. So think about that next time you're throwing something out. Maybe somebody else wants it. Maybe put it out on the drive with a sort of invitation to take it. It's called recycling. Good idea. Ailgylchu it is in Cymraeg. What do you think? Oh, Gymraeg if it's Treiglad. Somebody's going to give me a row for that, isn't they? My Welsh is absolutely appalling. I speak it every day, but I'm still tymbach on the weak side because I don't use it I use it more in a general chit-chat. I'm not going to show you any more collections at this time. I have a lot of crap in my house. Yeah, you're welcome. He'll be down. I'll send him an invitation. Send me an address in the inbox and I'll send him out to collect the crap. He'll make an absolute fortune out of it. He turns crap into gold. That's his job. Or at least one of his jobs. Yeah, so thank you for that, Amelia. Anybody else got crap they don't want? I'll inform Prince and maybe he can come round and collect it. So, like I said, the project should my Emma Dawn. Thank you for joining. Finding it very difficult to sort of keep up with these things as they come up on the screen. Sometimes they move too fast. Other times they're too tiny to read. Yeah, so I just want to say, I think tonight more than anything is thank you for everybody who's backed the project so far. It means so much to me that the people out there actually are interested in the project. You spend a lot of time sort of photographing, producing stuff, you don't know where it's going, then you sort of find your groove or rhythm, so to speak, and you feel like you're doing something for a purpose, and this photography is my purpose. So I don't, and to find that people connect to that means a lot. So, you know, I really appreciate all your support. And don't give up there. I want you to keep sharing. I want you to keep sort of posting out, telling people, you know, anything, retweet, likes, whatever. Let everybody know about it. Share it with your aunties, your uncles, your grands, your grandfathers. Speaking of grands, maybe we should get Jason's gran in the greenhouse. How's that? Maybe we could do a meet and greet with John Prince and my gran. That sounds like an interesting concept. Maybe glasses are in order. That is not a bad idea. I do have glasses, Amy, but I forget to wear them and I forget to carry them. It's not that I remember I need them when I'm sat down, but then I remember they're in another place and it's too late to go and grab them. Make sense? You know what that's like? Do you wear glasses? I believe you do wear glasses. Yeah, so anyway, what am I on about? I keep jabbering on. We need a name for that. The coaster lid. So is it a clid or a loaster? Can anybody else think of something more interesting? Maybe it could be a lens cap as well, Canon. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe we could do something. We could work together on a little campaign project here. Maybe we can make one up, call it Scaffold into the Moon, who knows? You look like Clark Kent in those glasses. Who? Amy or myself? Yeah, Clark Kent, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. What about Ed and his sidekick? I love Ed the Duck. We need Ed the Duck back. Hang on. Wasn't... can anybody remind me who went with Ed the Duck? Wasn't that... I can see him. I can't remember his name. The Silver Fox, I believe they call him. Who was it? Holly and... My storage is full again, so who knows when this is going to pack up. My battery's good, everything else is good, we're still going. At the moment, I don't know if anybody's still with me. Which photographs influenced you and how? Oh, I've lost that, hang on. Did they influence your thinking, photographing and career path? Okay, I think Martin Parr was the first one. I was introduced to Martin Parr in the noughties. For you, any of you who don't know who he is is one of the gurus of documentary photography, and he's a magnum photographer like David Hearn, the Welsh native photographer. He influenced me originally, but then I found people who used light in a very special way, and then that influenced me. And there's no one photograph. I tell you what probably influenced my photography originally would be home photographs. And I discussed this morning. I would be like a little nut when I was a kid that would go back and forward to family photographs and look at them over and over constantly. I'd show my friends, which was a bit freakishly geeky, I suppose, but yeah, it sort of inspired something later on. But documentary photography, I'm not sure why I went that way. It's probably Martin Parr, and I ended up on the course in Newport and so forth and so forth. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. These things just happen, and I suppose those are the roots. If I give them a little more consideration, I could probably give you a more proper answer, but people will find it rather boring, I'm sure. They don't want to hear about me. Or do they? I don't know. Maybe they do. Why are they here? If they don't want to hear it, I don't know. Who knows? Try and get the Guardian newspaper to pick up the Kickstarter project. Good exposure, and you should get plenty of backers. Good luck. I was in touch with the Guardian. They did communicate with me. It was passed on to their art, so maybe maybe they'll get back to me. Who knows? I'm still waiting for that answer. Hopefully they do. That would be really good. South Wales Guardian have backed it. They've done an article, so I'm really happy about that and appreciate their sort of support. There have been quite a few who have supported it so far, and I'm hoping to hear from a lot more. A lot more to come in that sense. Philip Schofield, that was it. Thank you very much, Jodie. How could I forget Philip Schofield? What's wrong with me? Everybody knows Skillet Forsealed. Oh, that could have gone awfully wrong. Oh, Philip! Yes, I have fallen off the edge, but at least Ed is with me. I do apologise for my behaviour. Thank you for joining us, Rodri. As I was saying, Rodri is about to sort of back the project and go and spend his hard-earned cash to buy a book. Aren't you, Rodri? You and everybody else on you. Okay. Was that a hard sell? That was a hard sell, wasn't it? Should my John, thank you for joining us. And for backing the project, of course. There's been a few of you on here tonight that have backed the project. But I'm not necessarily asking you all on here to back the project. I'm asking you to help me support it. Let's get the stuff out here. Let's get people to know about it. There have been some interesting comments here tonight, and I think I've got a lot to think about. And I'll go away and I'll sit in my father's think shed and I will think about it for a very, very long time. I might be in there for a couple hours. Is that long enough? I don't know. Anyway, I've heard about that thinking thing. It gets you in trouble. So I've shared with you a couple of the ideas. I've mentioned the t-shirt, and maybe you should check out. I've left some pointers for you to wait there. That is Mother Dearest.
Blowing a gale force wind up there.
Yeah. Hello, Mother.
Hello. Hello all. Are you enjoying Huw's speeches of the day?
Yeah, so what are you doing? You down for a nose, or
I just come down for the nose.
were you worried about your
I was worrying, no.
your Loaster?
I was worrying that you were being dehydrated down here.
Oh, you came to get me another cup of coffee?
Yes, I came to ask if you wanted
hang
a cup
on,
of coffee.
wait there. Now that is the best mammy in the world. Just saying. You know it, I know it. Simon saying, hi Auntie Pearl.
Hi Simon.
And Tracy saying hi.
Hello.
Gemma saying hello.
Hello, Gemma.
This is my wonderful mum, by the way.
Hello all.
Which is probably always photographed in a very dark situation, as most of my photographs. They're not dark on purpose. They mean a lot in many ways. So what's news then, Mum?
Not a lot, Huw.
No?
Not a lot, no.
No, that's it.
It's quite dull.
Just as the weather is.
The weather's dull. Everything's dull at the moment because the weather's not good. It makes everybody feel dull.
What do you think of Dad's dragon on the shed then behind you?
I like that.
Do you?
Yes, I do like the dragon.
Do you think he's an artist in the making?
Tries to be. Tries to be.
Do you think he's successful?
No. I try to ignore what's going on around me.
John Paul saying hello.
Hello, John Paul.
And Jodie.
Hello, Jodie.
We could be all night saying hello to everybody.
Hello, all.
But yeah, there we are. Done and dusted.
Done and dusted.
So this is the last structure that Dad built. So, what do you think of this structure then, Ron?
It's a heap of crap.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I thought one glass house was enough. And to have 2 glass houses is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I could have had a lovely little patio down there, but instead the patio's hidden down behind the glass house.
There's actually a structure out the back, isn't there?
Yes.
Maybe I'll show that to someone in a minute. To someone, I'll have to turn the camera off it. I've lost all trail of thought. But yeah, what about Buddy? If we didn't have this room,
He
then,
loves it. It's Buddy's dog house, actually.
well, a lot of people are interested in Buddy. They like Buddy.
And this glass house is not good for growing anything.
Well, what about Dad's weed?
That's sweet.
Where are we going to put that if we get rid of this?
If he carries on doing these structures, I'll be on the weeds.
There you are.
There's not much room left here. Closing everything in.
Yeah, once we have a bit of nice weather and a bit more light, I think I'll take everybody on a tour of the garden and how he's closing it in.
There's a wonder we have got a grandfather's clock in the middle of the garden. Right, I'm going now, folks.
Thank you
There's
very much.
enough for me. Don't get cold, then we'll shut the door.
Yeah,
It's freezing.
What about my cup of coffee then?
Yes, I'll bring it back down. I'll make coaster.
That's a Loaster.
And a
We've
coaster.
sold it. I think they're going to make a lens cap out of that. Canon have already got in touch.
See you in a bit.
Yeah, ta-da.
Ta-da.
So there you have it. You have a little insight to my to my world yet again. That was my dear mum. The light is going outside. We are now relying on the lamp, the beautiful lamp. And those of you who haven't seen the beautiful lamp, you're gonna have to go back on the video, I'm afraid, because I'm not showing it again. Good evening, all those that have joined us. I am probably overstepping on time now, but who cares? Right. Who wants a t-shirt? If you want one of those lovely t-shirts that you've seen featured in one of the last videos, get your own chair. All you have to do is go to Kickstarter. You back it while you're there if you want, you know, put a few quid in, or buy a book, or buy the Scaffold Into the Moon. You can buy a few different packages. I'm starting to think it's time to put more packages on there for other people who might be interested in something different. Has been lovely to meet your mum. Thank you very much, Tracy. Hiya, Moira. Thank you for joining, Jenny. Yeah, maybe we'll work on some more packages. How's that? Let's amp it up a bit, shall we? Yeah, it's all the weed in this greenhouse. My father, honest to God, the weed in here is overwhelming. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm very sorry. My father did birthday project and some t-shirts of him. That's not a bad idea. I think I like that. Do you know, my mother's taken my cup of tea. That is not funny. I was about to have a sip of my tea, and now my cup's gone, my Loasters gone. And how's Canon going to back me with these objects? I have no idea what people must think of me while I'm yapping on here full of nonsense. I have no idea. Anyway, we're going to back a project. We're going to put more sort of rewards on the Kickstarter soon. Maybe we can sort of amp this up, get people more involved. There's a couple of things. Maybe if anybody's got ideas that they're interested in, maybe we can come up with something clever and interesting and something that suits everybody. What do you think? Anyway, on that note, get over and back it anyway, okay? And if you haven't got money to back it, just get involved. you know, not everybody can afford to do these things, and I'm not asking everybody to part with money they haven't got. That's just ridiculous. But there are people out there that may have a few quid that are really interested in this kind of thing. They might love this project. Let them know. They might not know it exists. So tell everybody all about it. Go to Kickstarter. Watch the video. I'd love you to see the video. I'd love you all to think about what, you know, let me know what you think of the video. Then share it. Share it. Leave a comment. Tell me how much you like this project, what you're interested in, you know, why you want other people to back it, and then tag me in it and share. That's all you have to do.
And why have you got to sit out in the grass house in the cold?
Yeah. Where you going? He's gone now. He's gone. He's going somewhere else. Where's he going? It's like watching a picture of Prince on a Loasters. That's, again, not a bad idea. You're thinking him up. Have you been sitting in my father's think shed, Tracy? I believe you have. Those kind of ideas only come out of the think shed. You're in there right now, aren't you? I've got a funny feeling about this. If I go and open that door and you're in there stealing ideas from my father's think shed, I'm not sure my father's going to be happy. Good evening, Marlene. Merry Christmas. As you can see, everybody, my father. Oof. There's something going on out there. Anyway, so we've got 20 days left of this campaign. We've got 3 weeks, less than 3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks yesterday. It doesn't seem long enough. I'll be running these live streams throughout the whole campaign. I'll be doing a lot more things as time goes on. Check out the Photograd Instagram residency that I'm doing right now, where you can see some of the behind the scenes images and some images from the Scaffold to the Moon project. Also check out Buzz magazine this week, because I'm in it. Oh yes. And it'll tell you a bit more about things, so yeah, be sure to check all that stuff out. I think on that note, all I've got left to say is, come back Sunday. Please come back. Hello, Richard Mudd. My neighbour. This was my 25 my square neighbour. How are you, Richard Mudd? Mother, I have Richard Mudd.
Hello,
on
Richard.
live.
Hello.
Oh, hang on, wait.
Your father there. This is what I would with.
Is his arse glowing?
Yeah.
Would you like some crumpet to go with your coffee, Huw?
Are you going to make them? Oh, sorry.
You could. Why doesn't this thing work? It doesn't work fast enough.
He's gone.
He's gone.
I wish I could go as fast as that. Ta-da, see you later.
Bye bye. Richard Mudd, when you lived next door to me here, this greenhouse wasn't here, although we used to camp on this lawn when we were kids. That shed wasn't there. Yes, Prince is sort of camera shy, John. He doesn't like to have much attention. Besides, he's not having any money out of it. He tends to, you know, he's constantly sort of, you know, after me for money for all these things. Don't tell him, mind. I told him I wouldn't tell anyone. And he's told me he's owed you a £5 for a while. Yeah. Hang on, I'm going the wrong way. I was going to say something. Oh yeah, Richard Mudd. Please tune in, everybody. Richard Mudd was one of my bestest neighbours in the world. and now he lives far away. This is rather strange. The light is going, so it's making it more difficult. I'm trying to get Richard Mudd's house in shot. There he is. That there was Richard Mudd's house, I think. The one with no light in it. Bring back any memories there, Mudd? Surprisingly, yeah, isn't on you. That's Richard's sister, by the way. I'm really sorry for making an example of you on you, Mudd. I'll stop now. But good evening anyway. Thank you for joining in. But it's coming to the end now, I think. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night. Plenty more stuff to talk about, and I will talk about on Sunday. So if you come back Sunday and join me, I'm going to have a special guest on Sunday. How's that sound? I'm looking forward anyway, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Like I said, I'm taking this thing to places that probably shouldn't concern what I do as a professional or my practice, and I'm sure many would argue my professionalism. I don't know. But I think it's time for me to have a bit of fun with this. Why not? It can't all be doom, gloom and sort of sticking to the rules. Let's break them a bit, huh? Let's have some fun. We're visual makers, we're visual image makers, we're having a bit of fun within the context or the grounds of what I do. Yeah, so I'm using this as an excuse to go loopy, as I've probably sort of entertained somewhat, but yeah, just join in for the fun on Sunday. There's movement in the background again. Yeah, come back Sunday and we'll have a conversation then. You can ask Danny Walters, who made the music for my Kickstarter video, why he made what he made and what he thinks of the project, and you know, maybe you can ask him a few questions. I'd like you to sort of see his talents, and we'll take it from there on Sunday. We'll also find out who got the t-shirt. So if you share it from tonight on, you're in for a chance to have a t-shirt and a signed book by Prince, okay? All you have to do, share, leave a comment, why you like this project, tag me in it, that's important. If you don't tag me in it, I don't know it exists, okay? So that's very important. Tag that and share. Once you share, it's done.
Otherwise you'll have your P45 like Theresa May just did.
Don't tell me that's not the truth. Is that the truth?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all wish. We won't take that any further. Maybe we won't play the political game here. What we'll do is sell cups, Loasters, and anybody doesn't know what a Loaster is that might have come in just now. That there's a Loaster. It's a lid and a coaster. So it acts as both, okay? Genius, absolutely genius. I'm in the middle of selling it to Canon. As we all... don't worry, I won't leave you out. You know, I'm going to make millions off this. It's a Prince invention, okay? It's just like the... It's a Prince invention. It's a Loaster. Just like his toilet roll warmer, this year is going to be millions. Mudd, I'm going to buy your ex-house and then we'll turn it into something like a Loaster factory. How's that sound? Yeah, so tune in Sunday, start sharing, tag me, and we're on the game. Okay, so thanks again. Cheers to everybody that's sort of supporting this and tuning in to watch me act like a numpty. Hopefully it's doing some good rather than wrong. Yeah. Cheers guys. Thanks a lot. See you later. Nighty night. No star.